This is Dustin Gardner. He's a comedy theorist, an award-winning musician, and he's desperately trying to hold his beautiful mind together. He's a living TikTok box that thinks that if he just does one more bad take on current events, he's finally going to become famous. Will his guests keep him on track? Will he deservedly get canceled, or will this show crash and burn as he loses control once again? Welcome to Meltdown Island.
It's me. It's Dustin.
I know everything that Dustin is saying sounds totally delusional.
Dustin, where are you going? Just trust me.
Dustin, you slow down. Dustin.
Dustin, you're a goddamn Einstein.
Dustin's right. You're a certified genius. I think that's a great idea, Mike. Thank you, Dustin.
If you look up the word tempting in the dictionary, you will find a picture of Sean.
Looks like Jawa is stuck between a rock and a Sean place.
I think it's because Sean is very built and he's sexy as hell.
I'm going to sleep next to Sean Smith.
Nothing feels good when you're feeling bad. Nothing makes sense when you're feeling mad. Don't go around feeling sad, cause everybody's going around saying that you're crazy, that you're lazy, and you're unmotivating. To the people that surround you in society, they control you in your mind with anxiety. You gotta break free from that mindset. Break free, break free. Break free to explode. Break free to expose all of those emotional vulnerability and the complexities of your mind. And together we will find that the sun keeps shining on the other side. You know the sun keeps shining on the other side. The sun keeps shining on the other side of the rain cloud, of the storm clouds in your eyes, in your eyes. There's a place I know we can go and stay a while. Welcome to Meltdown Island. Welcome to Meltdown Island. To Meltdown, we can roll down together. Welcome to Meltdown Island. Meltdown Island. Meltdown Island.
What up, Sean?
Just woke up on the beach. It's brisk morning.
It is?
Yeah, it's like 54.
I didn't want you to see my boogers.
Nor did I want to.
Nor did I want you to. That worked out well.
How you doing, buddy?
Only okay, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know. How are you doing?
Just trusting in the DUSTiN.
I'd like to give a big shout out to Point Fire. Somebody gave us, well, I'm going to tell you that somebody is. It's Point Fire. It seems like they gave us
a delusion.
They gave us this very sweet comment on the YouTube comments, Sean.
What?
They were like, happiness or laughter is contagious. And I'm like, well, thank you. I've been wanting to catch fire for years. I want to be contagious too. Hey, what's up there, Ryan Rogers in the house?
Hey, Ryan Rogers.
Ryan. He's part of Meltdown Island.
Yeah, Islanders are starting to stream in.
Yeah, it's funny because you're a big part of Meltdown Island, yet you don't necessarily know all the Islanders. Which is okay, Sean. You don't need to know anybody, Sean. So it keeps you an amalgam of a mystery. You know what I mean?
I'm co-host of the island. I mean, you're really the face of the island. You're the one that needs to know everybody.
Ew. Gosh,
you're the figurehead.
On the wall. Okay. I'm sorry, everyone.
You're like the king. You're the king of the island.
No, that's where we got to stop. Last time jokes were made like that, Detroit Arts Portal fell apart. Okay.
Oh boy.
We don't like to joke that way anymore.
All right.
Justin learned too many lessons. I never wanted to be president then, and I still don't, Sean. But boy, oh boy, no one else is stepping up, and I feel like I'm going to have to step up and run for president. Look, you both of us shaking our heads. We both know I don't want to.
Nor should you be.
But who else? I would tell you who else if you'd want to listen.
All right, I'm listening.
Doesn't sound like you want to listen. You gave a kind of shrug there when you said, go ahead, I'm listening. It's like I said, I would tell you if you want to listen, but it doesn't seem like you want to listen.
I'm reasonably interested.
What does that even mean? Now you're being even more cryptic. I can't tell if he wants to hear this, you guys.
Just say it, please.
Well, I especially don't want to say it if it's going to upset anyone, or
you know you're eventually going to say it, so stop.
Am I, or do we just move forward?
The time.
This is the most fun I've had in days. That's the sad thing, Sean. This is the most fun. Getting you riled up right there for 2 minutes, about a minute. That's been the best time of the weekend for me. Congratulations, bud.
All right. You're welcome.
You've done it. All right. I guess I'll show you. Get it.
Hey, so what are you showing me again? The person you think should be president?
Well, I'm not saying that necessarily, Sean.
President of the island, or president of the United States, or president of Detroit Arts Portal?
Boy, you're bringing up a lot of different points of emotional.
I just want to know what you're going to be showing me.
I'm going to show you something that I've realized that the videos I want to show to people are usually videos that I want to show to you. So I realized I should just start sending you videos.
Yeah.
Of instead of dancing videos, which I do still believe you should do.
I mean, there's just so many people doing it now. I got to come up with something else.
Well, I'd like to see what you'd come up with when it comes to doing that, because that sure would be funny. Okay, so I got a little fired up. I don't know if you remember the elections from a couple years ago.
Yeah, the elections, like for president.
Look at this. As soon as I asked him, what was he? Hypervigilant. He's on it, you guys. That's what I like about it. That's what I like about this guy. So what I'm going to share with you is somebody announcing they're running for president.
Oh, Marianne Williamson?
Oh, this guy all of a sudden knows everything now. Oh, Marianne Williamson? Oh, I already know about that. He upsets me so much, you guys. He doesn't. You guys know I love
like
it.
her.
I have this thing that's been rattling around in my
Lord.
head, and it will continue to
Oh,
do so.
Lord, it's happened again. Can you believe it's happened again?
All right, guys, the Amber Alert. Beyond.
The opponent is an economic mindset that has had its grip on this country for the last 50 years.
50 years.
Over the last 48 years,
Go ahead.
there has been $50 trillion of wealth that has been transferred from the bottom 90% to the top 1% of people in this country. This country is now in the grip of an economic mindset, or whatever you call it. Some people call it neoliberalism. Some people call it free market capitalism. Some people call it crony capitalism. Some people call it hyper-capitalism. Let me tell you something. It's neither real capitalism nor is it a free market. It is a sociopathic economic system. It is a sociopathic economic system.
That's intense. She's going for it, John. She's going.
That in policy after policy after policy makes sure that those who already have will probably get more, and those who do not have will have a hard time even surviving. I remind you that in the 1970s, the average American worker had decent benefits and could afford a home and could afford a yearly vacation.
What?
And could afford a car and could afford to send their kids to college. Before the 1960s, tuition was free at state colleges and universities.
Free?
Then, and this is now. This did not just fall out of the sky. This is by design. And that design is now baked into the cake in this town. In this town where there are 3 times more corporate lobbyists than there are...
I'm sorry. We got to go. We got to stop it because she's saying too many things. Did everybody hear that before 1960 college was free? How come my parents didn't tell me that?
What?
Like I just there's a point where I start going, because I went to a Bible college. I went to a college though. Okay, Sean? I'm not saying it was a super great college.
I mean, it was a Bible college.
And so therefore I was like, okay, but ultimately the fact that college was free before 1960, and then all of a sudden those all that went to free college started charging for college after that. There's something crazy about that, because that means everybody before 1961 who's still alive-ish, they all got legs up, 20 legs up. They got 20 legs up. Seems weird, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't even want to stop it because she's on such a roll, but let's see what else you got to say real quick.
Our legislators in Washington, D.C. This philosophy, this economic mindset now has its grip on this country. It has its tentacles in every aspect of our lives. It has its grip on this government. This government is now more than not a system of legalized bribery. And this system will not change itself. The status quo, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, will not disrupt itself. That's our job.
Oh my God, she's so fired up. Will not. Her voice gets all gravelly, so emotional. Woo! She got me fired up. I gotta admit, I got fired up, Sean. I don't know if you could tell.
I mean, it's fiery speech. Not since Bernie. Not since the early days of Bernie.
What's this about cocaine?
I'm not sure about this story.
Now I'll have to check in with my dealers to see if that's true. Guise of legalization for monopolization. Oh, they legalized cocaine there?
That's interesting.
Guess who's about to become a Canadian? Everybody. What up, John?
But has now been decriminalized. Yeah, it's been decriminalized.
Well, that sounds crazy, Sean.
Any person found with a small quantity of these will not have them seized nor face arrest or any criminal charges.
Whoa!
Huh.
Fancy dancy up there. You guys are going to be party. Oh, hey. Oh. All right, stop.
All right, I just want to see if Trudeau
has opened up a cocaine depot. Yeah. It's just shocking. You got to understand, this is the first we've heard this. And the melting down of the world is not going to help that cocaine. What a time to legalize it. They should have legalized that years ago. They wanted to really get anything out of it.
Well, it looks like it's a very
what you mean?
Complicated story in that it's not the province decriminalized the possession but not sale. So if you have it on
I'm listening. If you have some,
you have it on you, you're not going to be charged. But also, there's no place to buy it because there's no place to sell it legally.
And so he said, our Canadian viewer is suggesting that Trudeau is monopolizing on that.
Yeah, it says there are 2 companies licensed to sell cocaine.
2 companies are already licensed?
But not
all the big
to the
stockholders
public.
are politicians. Wow, that's just like us with the marijuana.
Confusing.
With the marijuana guy, remember? Boehner was like, "Oh, everybody's going to jail.
Yeah.
Everybody going to jail." And then all of a sudden, it becomes legal in Ohio, and he's like, "Well, I'm going to invest in marijuana." How dare you?
Yeah. So that he legalized it for just 2 companies, that's probably what's behind this legalization for monopolization.
Enabled a Canadian producer. Wow! Wow! What a breaking story we're breaking.
Yeah.
This just in, everyone. We have news.
This looks to be hard news.
Wake up, America! Canada's having more fun than us. I wonder if you can get it in that liquid form. I hear that liquid is even better.
Dusty.
I saw The Nick. I saw the television show The Nick. Okay, you guys. And then hey, Dina. Hey, Dina. We just found out some big news, Dina. Let's catch Dina up, Sean. Go ahead.
Well, apparently cocaine, the possession of cocaine, and actually a series of other drugs too, like I think crack and
don't say crack. Is that true?
Fentanyl.
Is that true when you say crack? When you say crack, is that real? Is that a real drug, or are you just
cocaine
like
and other hard drugs,
like mushrooms?
Gosh, I can't go back to that. I don't want to go back to the source. There was other hard drugs because I'm just doing a recap. So let's just say cocaine, other hard drugs.
Were you on FBI.com?
Small amounts of them have been decriminalized in Canada.
Okay.
Trudeau
catch me up on crack.
Authorized.
Catch me up on crack.
2 companies. Catch me up on crack.
Woo! We off to a hot start.
No thanks.
So, Dina, what we're trying to say is Canada has come along and they have legalized crack cocaine. Fentanyl.
They have decriminalized the possession of it in small amounts, but it's still not legal to buy anywhere, and it's not legal to sell anywhere.
So, if you find some, wink, wink, nod, nod, at your dealer's house. I'm a veteran. They're assessing us with PTSD as a guise to disarm us and bump their weed stocks. I mean, look, as someone who also has PTSD, it doesn't seem to be letting up anytime soon for me. I definitely have good days, bad days. I've definitely learned that the #1 cure for PTSD, ironically, is improv acting on stage. Sean laughs because he knows how many years I did that. I started my own improv theater. I went through it. I had an improv comedy rock band. I've done it almost all. I auditioned for HBO doing improv with Sean. You did too? Can you believe we did that? Yeah. Can you believe we took a break during our one time and we let you run around like Spider-Man? I still am thinking back to that going, what did we do?
Oh, yeah. I remember
that was all. I can't believe that was for HBO, but we wanted to show that we had all these other things going on. That it wasn't just this. Because Sean did a masterful one-man chase scene.
That culminated in me becoming Spider-Man.
Yeah, at the very end, ripping off all his clothes and being Spider-Man. It was quite the reveal. It was quite the.
I mean, that was one of my more elaborate bits for sure. So I was definitely putting my best foot forward.
It paved the road for your whole Second City career. In British Columbia, cocaine and heroin possession is not a criminal offense. Wow. Heron. Long Donnelly. This is some crazy stuff.
Crazy.
Well, them Canadians are something else. They are. Well, they're not something else. They're humans, but they just have a unique way of being human.
They're just a little more open-minded about some of these social issues.
It seems like Sean purposely suppressed that memory. You know what? I think we all did because we auditioned for HBO. And when you think back to, oh God, I auditioned for HBO and I didn't get it. You don't want to talk about it.
Well, I remember that show very distinctly because that bit really raised the bar for myself personally as an artist.
Yeah, I agree.
So I remember that show very well. Just that it was. I've totally forgotten that it was
HBO
all put together as an elaborate audition for HBO. So
yeah. As a showcase, for it. Yeah. Who did you audition for again? HBO, was it? Yep. I don't know if you heard. It's coming to America. Bum, bum. Got to have a celebration. Bum, 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 ba-dum. I live in America. Your politicians have been lining up, making deals with weed producers. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
John Boehner among them, as we talked about, after a whole career of politics, decrying the evils of marijuana. Now all of a sudden sees the light now that he's retired. So hypocritical.
Hypocritical. Hypocrites are what I believe most humans absolutely are disgusted by to our core and drives us the most crazy. And it's the hardest thing to point out and prove because everyone else goes, yeah, but this, yeah, but this. Yeah, but just take a look at what one person is saying about one thing. Does that make a lot of sense to you, Sean?
It makes so much sense to me, buddy.
Okay, good, because I can't tell if I'm saying the right words. Oh, okay, HBO. I wasn't sure if it was HBO or like something else that's like HBO.
I think she's implying that we said HBO a lot in that.
Mailman keeps bringing me dead flowers. Now, isn't that something else?
That sounds like a Stephen King setup.
You don't bring me dead flowers. Do do doom boom 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 boom. And the springtime anymore. Doom doom. All right. Well, Sean, welcome to Meltdown Island. This is the only show that we sit around and we catch up with one another. I check in with someone outside of my own bubble of personal solitude and find out what's going on out there. Did you know that Canada just legalized cocaine?
Yeah,
it's crazy world.
We literally were just talking about that.
Well, it was part of my intro now. See that? I just did an intro and then threw that on.
You're gonna cut that. You're gonna cut that in the beginning in the editing room, then, right?
Like that will be the beginning of the thing or something, and then it would be like, "Gosh, the world sure is melting down in crazier ways than anyone expected."
So you're just gonna move this part, that little intro. You're gonna move it to the beginning.
I'll cut off the whole beginning before that. All that was pre-show.
That's clever.
Is it?
Yeah.
So did you watch all the TikToks I've sent you?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, you know what? You might have sent me 2 last night that I haven't watched yet today.
Good thing that I've got them. Good thing I've got them queued up for us.
Yeah, great. Figured you would.
How dare you?
You're very professional.
You got me all figured out, huh?
That's right.
Oh, that's sweet. Here we go. So, this guy.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
He's got the mustache on and everything. Because it's a mustache filter.
You killed my father.
So watch this one.
So I'm going to try to do this without crying.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
My dad passed away March of this year, 2020.
Oh, it's already started.
From cancer. He had mantle cell lymphoma. And Princess Bride was always one of his favorite movies. And it's always been one of my favorite movies. And Inigo Montoya was his favorite character from
Inigo. The film. Inigo Montoya. His name was Inigo?
And I recently learned, or heard...
Uh-oh, here come the waterworks. Here come the waterworks.
With Count Rugen, the six-fingered man.
Don't.
When, Scarface duel. And...
Why would I do this to a comedy show?
I'll give you anything you want. And he says...
Uh-oh.
I want my father back, you son of a bitch. I saw on the internet the rumor that when Mandy Patinkin said that line, he was thinking of his own father who had passed away from cancer. And it was a very raw emotion. And ever since then, it's kind of really stuck with me. So I guess I just kind of wanted to know if that is, or if that's a true thing, if that's a real thing. I know that Mandy Patinkin has a TikTok. I don't think that it'll ever go that far, but I was just really curious.
Oh, it went that far.
Because it means so much more to me now than it ever did. And if this ever does reach Mandy Patinkin, thank you so much for your performance in that movie. Because
spoiler alert. Next to you.
My dad.
He's right next to you.
Look to your right.
Just
right there.
Okay,
touch him. Touch him.
Tagged you so that you'd maybe get to see it, even though she has a couple. But that just killed me. It killed me too.
So Alaska.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, he can't even talk.
Your dad is taking care of
you.
Well,
he's an actor.
It is true, 100% true.
But
he
talks through the cry.
And I kept talking to my dad, and I said, Dad, I'm going to get this guy. From the minute I read the script, I knew. I said to Kev, I said, I'm going to do this part because in my mind, if I get this six-fingered guy, that means I kill the cancer that killed my dad, and I get to visit my dad. That moment was coming.
Oh, gosh. So sweet.
Chris,
it was good.
And then I went back out there and talked to my dad. And so, You can talk to your dad anytime you want, anywhere you want. If you could somehow let me know your dad's name, because I say prayers for everyone I've ever known. And now I feel like I know you, and therefore I know your dad. And I will list his name in my prayers every day. And they make me feel like they're with me wherever I go. And I'd like your dad to hang out with me.
Well, isn't that sweet?
Very sweet.
You're killing my father. Prepare to die.
It was relatively recently that I realized
Talk about it.
that the Mandy Patinkin from Homeland
was
the same guy who was Inigo Montoya.
There's only one Mandy, only
one. I mean, perhaps, it's more a testament to the fact that I did not remember that actor's name was Mandy Patinkin, because at the time, I probably didn't really care to learn it.
He's a guy in a movie.
Yeah. And
he was on Broadway.
My immediate reaction
he did all those
after
Sondheim.
Realizing it was he did. I don't think he aged well. I don't think he just, and not that he's an unattractive man, elderly. He's not an attractive gentleman, mature gentleman. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
His face changed a lot.
It did. It did.
As he aged. I feel like if you look at pictures of me when I was probably the age Mandy Patinkin was, I probably look almost exactly the same. Other than other than a little bit puffier.
Oh my God!
Other than a little bit puffier and a few
more
wrinkles.
Pictures? Where are pictures? I got pictures of you 20 years ago that you look nothing alike.
What?
Oh
no
my
way.
God! He's 93 years old, and my boy's gonna be like, he didn't age well.
He's not 93.
I don't think so, but
although,
boy, it does put it in perspective.
He had to be 30s. He had to be 30s when he did
20s at least. 20s.
And that movie it was 50 years ago now, right?
50 years ago. I think what's his name
45.
from no.
Maybe 40 maybe 45 years. 45 years.
All I can tell you is that Fred Savage is in it as a child.
When did Princess Bride come out?
Fred Savage was a child, and he was laying in bed. 87.
So it's 45 years. 46 years.
That's insane what you're trying to say to me.
Is it? No. 97, 07, 17, 36 years. Okay. Okay. I'm not good at math.
Is there more you'd like to say? I think some apologies maybe to the Patinkin family.
I wish I had some pictures of me.
I thought the whole show was a pre-show until Roses and Thorns. That's a rose. We just had a Catholic student. We just had a Catholic student arrested for saying that there are only two genders. He was arrested at his school. You guys got freedom of speech up there. You're not allowed to say whatever you think.
I mean, clearly.
Sadly, both happily and sadly, we're allowed to say whatever we think. No matter how dumb it is or how informed or uninformed it is. And this is a student. So maybe they haven't even learned all of the different possibilities that life has to offer. What do you think about that, Sean?
I just don't understand it.
It's people trying to control other people all the time.
Yeah. And it's all just a distraction.
Yep. From cocaine being legalized. God damn.
It's a distraction to keep us infighting. So
yeah.
realize that they are robbing us blind.
That's why I'd rather just do jokes than to fight. I got too many jokes.
You know, I heard somewhere that it was like
what is this year? What is this year happening?
$50 trillion has been transferred from the
he's all of a sudden he's a Marianne head.
From the 90% up to the 1%. I mean,
Mariander. I'm a Mariander.
Wages have been steady.
Oh, you know what they call it?
While productivity goes through the roof.
They call it flat. Oh, we have wages being flat. They're not talking about the bottom. They're talking about the CEOs. Again, all the news is always for the absolute 1% richest people. And then the rest of us have to listen to it going, oh. But it's not really going to affect us because, you know, we got that trickle down. That pull it out and pee on me, trickle down economy, poo and pee on me. That's the money I get. You see.
Back to the drawing board with Ellen, I think.
I don't draw them on boards. I don't draw my songs on boards. Just want to let you know.
All right.
I thought you did know. You've seen me improvise quite a few, million, 100 songs.
It was just that, you know.
A board. Did you guys hear of Diagolon? Diagolon? No, what is that word?
Diagolon?
Hi, I am Diagolon. I am from Coruscant 3, and I'm here to destroy your world. Is that the Diagolon that you talk of? One of my new characters. Jeremy!
As what a Diagolon movie would be.
Jeremy Mackenzie.
I mean, that was a pretty good guess, buddy, I think.
Thanks, buddy. You're so supportive. I like to talk about how Sean is a good friend, but he's also very supportive as a friend, you guys. He's always there to lift you up out of the muddy mire of depression or
all right, we couldn't have been more incorrect.
Go on.
Diagolon
now
is stop talking. Stop guessing. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Diagolon is a Canadian alt-right organization which was considered significant to the Canada convoy protest by the government of Canada. Jeremy Mackenzie
Go ahead.
is apparently the leader of it. Oh, he founded the alt-right group Diagolon.
He sounds hot.
He is a firearms enthusiast and a plaid arms.
As a firearm, let's do it with firearms. I'm just enthusiastic. Pardon me.
And a Plaid Army podcaster.
Plaid Army.
Plaid Army is a group of Canadian internet live streamers known for trolling and far-right politics.
Oh, they're trolls? Poor guys.
Yes.
I feel bad for trolls. It's not like they you know what I mean? They didn't ask to be born into that troll life.
Real interesting fellow. He has stated that there is a race war occurring in the U.S. and has described the Nuremberg trials as a kangaroo court.
I'm going to the kangaroo court. That's just a little song I just thought of. It's sung by a kangaroo, obviously. good luck to him, I guess. I don't know what he's doing, but that's one reason we're not a Plaid Army. We're islanders who are relaxing. We're islanders. We have that Meltdown Island life. Sure, the world might be melting down around us, but what you gonna do? Sit around and cry about it? Not us. You got to laugh to keep from crying sometimes, you guys. And that's what we're here for. To hold your hand, walk along the beachy seaside shore of life and the metaphysical existence that we call getting on with it. Did I make it through that? I was really trying there. I don't know if it worked out.
Meltdown, your laugh is addictive, man.
Wait, what?
Outstanding.
Oh, thank you. Is that because you're high on that cocaine? Oh my God! Oh, I love everything.
Oh my God, this guy is the best, man. The best.
The best. I gotta tell everybody. Okay.
I'm gonna share all the stuff. I'm gonna share it all. I'm gonna like. I'm gonna subscribe. I'm gonna get people to subscribe.
I'm going to subscribe. I'm
gonna pay people. I'm gonna pay people to do it.
Hey, let's go through and like all of their videos. Let's just do it all right now. Let's all do some more cocaine and just like all their videos. Oh my God, it's so funny.
But also,
we're Canadians.
It's addictive, fella.
And we're here. We're Canadians, and we'd like to say thanks for what? Making cocaine legal. Why is it so funny? Why is it so funny that cocaine's legal? It cracks me up. I was alive when it came out. Yes, I was too.
I am not close to 47 years old. Okay, Dina, I realize.
As I said, Fred Savage, who I think I was older than, who was on the Wonder Years, was also he talks about how they filmed that final shot where the Montego Montoya and Montego Montoya. And I know it's not Montego.
Anigo.
Easy, bud.
How dare you?
And so he said that they filmed it from all these different angles, close-up shots, one takes, and stuff like that. And then the guy was like, hey, before we close it down, can we do one more where we raise the cameras up and we just get a whole room shot? And they're like, sure, we'll play all the way through. Play it all the way through. And as soon as they got through it, he goes, cut, print. And he said he starts to lose it right when he says print. He goes, because that was it. There was no more doing that scene. There was no more being that character. That was the end or whatever. And it was just like, it's so emotional for him. But just that moment of like doing it for real. That's all. Doing it right. Jeremy is a combat arms veteran. Dialogon was a meme. Veterans shitposting. None of us are right-wing extremists. Canadians branded as racist or right-wing because we stand up to the government. Did I mess something up, Sean?
None of us are right-wing extremists. I wasn't judging. I was just reading what Wikipedia said.
Wikipedia has grunts in it?
What?
Because you were grunting. Do you know you were grunting?
Maybe. When was I grunting?
Look, I mean, that's the same thing with us. Let's face facts. They make, look, that's not to say that most of the mass shooting fellows ain't white guys, because they are. But that's how they play us, too. They want to say, everybody. First of all, everyone racist. Don't matter who you are. Even children are the worst. Don't even get me started. Only because it's all about me. Like, name somebody who ain't me. Don't matter. I hate them. Don't matter. It's me. Only me. And I think that's more the mindset of the world rather than anything that's, it gets confused. People get confused emotionally and get all torn up and then point it at something, at one thing, or point it, you know what I mean? When really it's just everything and everybody. And they don't realize that they're just in love with themselves, and anything that's not themselves, they dislike. Oh, you could be into some cocaine. Don't get me wrong. But got to be off of it too at some point. And what I'm trying to say is, what is legal there? I don't know why it's so fucking funny. I think the joke
You're just
is
very
I'm having
progressive
fun
on
with.
things like that.
I just think the funny thing that I'm doing is that I keep bringing it up. Like, that's the joke, I think, is that I keep going, wait. And I think that it's an ongoing joke that I realize that I'm going to continue to do because this is the show where I found out. That's all. Does that make sense, Sean? Does that sound funnier
And
now?
how, buddy? And how?
It makes a little more sense. That
Montego Montoya sounds like a cheese.
Hi, welcome to the hillsides of Montego and Montego Bay.
That salad comes with fresh Montego Montoya? I agree.
Fresh.
It sounds like a cheese. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, thank you. Sometimes my ears don't work. Trudeau feeds Wikipedia. Now, is that true? Trudeau controls our media. 800 million for MSM. Who told his line? MSNBC?
But at the end of the day, Trudeau answers to the same people that Biden answers to, that the British Parliament answers to, that Macron answers to. They're the corporate the corporate overlords, the ultra elite who put them into those positions. They're just doing their bidding. And that's the point. That's why these social issues all become such a big focus. Is they're trying to stir us up so that we fight amongst ourselves, not realizing that our common enemy are these big corporations that are pillaging the planet, that are taking advantage of their workers, that are overcharging us. A lot of this inflation. A lot of this inflation, especially in the early time, was not that costs were going up. It's just that companies were just jacking up their prices.
And
people were
there's too much money.
Things to be more expensive.
And there was too much money in the market, when really it's just the top percentage has all the money. Ultimately, remember that movie idea I have? I wrote me a little treatment on it. I wrote a treatment on it. And it's the Forbes 500, the idea about taking out the top 500 richest people in the world, or in that magazine, and then my treatment goes like, and their families, like, so there's no one to inherit the money, and it goes back into the whatever, and lo and behold, it's only 62 people. It's not even a 500. It's 62. That are the absolute richest. The top 62 has more than the rest of the Forbes 500. What? I think we can actually pull this off. Because the idea, Sean, you hear me out. The idea, and the only thing I got about this Wikipedia thing is Wikipedia just like the last few months have been really, how dare him. This guy. He loves corporations. That's the thing. They were asking for, hey, US, we need money. Send us some money. And I was like, I don't have any money. And that's the end of that story.
Sad story.
Yeah. 60. I hate you. Was it a sad story? I'm sorry. I didn't mean
ending.
Oh. Because I don't have any money. Send it. Thank you. It was sad. Thank you. You're actually listening. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I guess.
They despise joy and humor. This is true. A friend of mine named Kelsey, she met super famous TikTokers who have like, I don't know, 13 million, whatever. And she said the one guy's like texting her friend, and her friend was like, "Oh, I was just doing a joke." And the guy's like, "I'm not laughing." What? I don't express my emotions with laughter or humor or whatever. And I was like, huh? What does that mean? I guess my love language is laughter and or joking. So therefore, I don't understand the opposite of that. It sounds like a very serious life. I mean, they are rich. Must be serious. Because life's but a dream and a joke, really, when you think about it. Please search. Chinese scientists escorted from Winnipeg Biolab. The call was made in Canada. Smuggled and tweaked in Wuhan. Oh, shit. Dun, dun, dun. We are breaking all kind of news today, John. We have become a source. Oh, my gosh. He's looking it up. Look at him. Look at him go. Oh, I think he just sneezed. First sneezing.
Nice job.
Thank you. And now he's going to the thing. The cough. I read that real good, Sean.
Was it Winnipeg?
Winnipeg, true. W-I-N-N-I peg. Hi, we're the number one producers of pegs. For your butt. Call us W-I-N-N-I peg. All right. He doesn't laugh anymore because he probably sold his soul in order to get 13 million followers. I know. It's crazy. Because I got 50,000. Everybody's like, oh, you got a lot. It's like, do I? Because I got 1/20th. I have 1/20th of a million. It's still a lot, but that's how much a million is. That's why we don't need no billionaires. They got 1,000 millions. Get out of here. Again, I'm talking to myself, not you, Dina. I'm talking to myself. Get out of here with all those thoughts of craziness, Dustin. The timeline should be of interest to you. We are now confirming.
I'm reading something, but I'm not sure if it's. I'll have to look into this more and get back to you.
Well, here's my question. Why? I get it. I get why it matters, because ultimately, if there's a Hannibal Lecter, right? If there's a crazy super rich guys out there trying to make super viruses, he need to be stopped. That's just going to be a hot take for me. He needs to be stopped. There ain't no doubt. But
I mean, already it seems that that the story coming out is definitely indicating a lab leak.
More than
natural causes, because
which we weren't even allowed to talk about. Jon Stewart said it on the Colbert Show, and Colbert was like, "Hey, Johnny, hey, buddy, we've been told to not." And he's like, "Why can't it be said? It can't be discussed." And he keeps going and going. So there's a point to be made in all of this somewhere. Ultimately, I don't think you can ever truly know any one thing.
Well, because the corporations also own all of the news outlets.
But I'm not even talking about ourselves as human beings. There's stuff within us we don't even understand or get, because we don't even spend time with ourselves. We spend time in other universes on platforms, taking trips to Escapeville, and therefore, I guess I try not to go down too many rabbit holes of conspiracies or getting locked into trying to figure things out, like Illuminati. You know, maybe the Illuminati made it, right? And the Illuminati set it off in the lab or in the bat. And there's so much else going on in the world that's so crazy, and you can't know any one thing. Then why try to know anything at all? And why not just enjoy? Why not just enjoy yourself as much as possible? Not in a narcissistic way that hurts other people, but just in a way that you enjoy and that allows your life to have some sort of fulfillment for you, I guess. I feel like we all talk about how, guns should not be infringed upon and all that BS. What about our pursuit of happiness? I feel like that one gets left behind a lot. I think everyone's got a pursuit of happiness, and a lot of that is stifled because we're in a shared economy, except for when it comes to money. I'm really hitting home with Sean over there. That's his. You got it.
Just the whole system is just so tragic. It really leaves a bitter taste in my mouth to talk about too much. But it's really a grotesque perversion of the spirit of capitalism.
Well, it's not even it's a psychopathic, sociopathic. What'd she call it? I was trying to quote her like you did, all smooth, but then I failed.
But they've had. It's been too long.
I don't want you to go. Really, I really don't. Ah! Go ahead.
The system is so well entrenched now because it's existed for so long. This current system, hundreds of years. So the corporations and the ultra wealthy have gotten so good at this game now.
Oh, so good.
They control everything.
Yeah,
it's like Monopoly. They own all the properties. They have all the hotels, and we just go round and round the board, collecting our $200 and getting shafted as we try and make our trip back around the board, hoping we don't have to pay too much,
taxes at chance, or the waterworks. Or train. There's trains too on the game.
Or there's free parking. Free parking. Our free parking is the ideal.
Is one of them, and there's also jail. The release was during the military games in Wuhan. Now, is that to imply that the Canadian guy was sent there to ultimately take out the Chinese military by one big release? Is how I'm reading that.
What are the military games? Was that where all the militaries come together and play sports against each other?
Or is it like the top players play chess? Or they play some sort of paintball. They play paintball type thing. You know what I mean? Not like paintball, but you know what I mean? But like paintball, because you can't, if you shoot each other, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? They won't get up. Our government knew the troops were infected. They didn't test them, released it into the community as super spreaders. Oh, all the governments go there and play? It's sort of like
the Military World Games, officially known as the Military World Games, commonly known as Wuhan 2019. Oh, so it was about the same time. It's a multi-sport event. It's the first. It was the first international military multi-sport event to be held in China. It's the event. It's the nation's largest military sports event ever, with 9,300 athletes. 9,300 athletes. So
from around the
it
world.
does seem like it's an international sporting event. I would assume it's just people who are in militaries, though. So
I can't believe they have military games. Like, why didn't we watch that on NBC? I wonder what games they are. Spying. I spy.
yeah, I mean,
yes,
it's a
they were
risky
trying
play
to take
to be
out,
sure.
and it didn't pay off because they didn't really take out anybody's military. Everybody's still up and going. They are all playing Monopoly. Did you know that? That's one of the games they play. They got trains on them, and they got all the properties, and you go around the board.
Yeah.
Woo! You got fired up. You got fired up a minute ago, Sean. Woo! Woo! Randy Savage up in here.
And honestly, I don't know that I've ever won a game of Monopoly in my entire life. I think the game usually ends in somebody just kicking the board. Those are my memories.
They tried to speed it up with credit cards. They tried to speed it up with having credit cards or something. I don't know if that worked out.
Military Olympics, essentially, yeah. Although Olympics is a trademarked word, so we're not really allowed to use that one.
Military showdown. Like, well, who won? Did we win? Are we number one?
I don't know.
Has anyone ever won a game of Monopoly?
I mean, I guess to the true point of their rules, maybe not. I mean,
I feel like I have. I beat
it
my
just
grandma.
feels like it just feels like it always gets to the point.
Thank you for researching. Hey, we're all about breaking news right now. We're all about it.
And I'm all about learning stuff. So whenever people talk about things I don't know about, I gotta find out about. I gotta find out more. So
I'm usually going for jokes at some point at all times. Usually, that's why people don't believe me as a human being when I'm being earnest, I think. And you're welcome for researching. Thank you for helping us break news. You would, Dustin. Oh my God, that game must have lasted 9 hours. I definitely wore my grandmother down until I had every dollar.
Your grandmother? Yikes.
Oh, she wanted to hang out. Oh, let's go. I got a game, Grandma. It's called me taking all your money. I said enough with these pickup sticks. My grandma was very competitive. Where do you think I got it from? She raised me. 9 hours. I had it done in 4.5. One of the scientists escorted out of Winnipeg was taking patients. Taking patents on vaccines. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, in other words, he was like, I better have this just for my family. I better be able to, get them all taken care of and get them first. If we don't have to, you know what I mean? Why oh my God, he's got to say, you know what
I mean? This, like so many other things, just a lot of suspicious coincidences.
Oh, when people learned that there was all them Bin Ladens in America after 9/11, and we flew them home, and everybody goes, "Oh, what? Oh, excuse me." You got to understand, the mindset was a little different than it is today. Husband and wife team, they sound hot. They were a sex team, huh?
Could be a fun porn. Husband wife team.
Scientist
stealing a
sex game.
virus.
Mm-hmm.
It's on.
We're gonna get the vaccine after I give you my vaccine. Bow, bow, giving you dirty, dirty, boom, boom, boom. Giving you the nasty, nasty, boom, boom, boom. Viruses and proteins everywhere. Boom, boom. Oh,
Big
boom,
finish.
boom.
Big finish on that one.
Yeah, it was. It had some very progressive rock vibes. Had a little bit of, oh, who's that guy no one likes? Says he never did drugs, but sounds like all his albums are produced on drugs. Zappa. Oh, Frank Zappa, who never did. Get out of here, Frank Zappa. That's why your music's not good. If you did drugs, you'd done some real cool. I like that you're getting into youth culture finally. I love that you're finally showing up to the 2000s. Oh, you got upset. I think more people would have lined up to give thanks if it was originally presented with that song and dance. Cha cha cha.
Nice.
Thank you, Dino.
Classic.
They were caught in Wuhan with samples of SARS, Ebola, and unnamed and an unnamed pathogen. I wonder if it was named DUSTiN's pathogen.
I'm guessing.
I mean, it just doesn't have a name, so maybe we could.
Never heard of a I've never heard of a pathogen getting a name that's like common people.
Maybe we could just between us call it the DUSTiN pathogen, since it doesn't have a name. This is not something you're supposed to be wanting. Reverend of Roar.
Reverend, hey Rev.
What up, Rev? Good to see you, guy.
Yeah, good to see you, buddy.
What's up with this guy? He's going to Israel. You don't even know that. You don't even know nothing about Reverend Aurora anymore. He's going to Israel.
Wow, that's exciting.
Ask me why.
Why?
Let him tell you. It's his story.
Hey, Rev, why are you going to Israel, buddy? What's going on?
I think he got a gig. He said he got a gig.
What kind of gig?
I don't know. I think Beyonce's gonna be there and a couple other like big shows lined up.
As the Reverend of Roar?
No, it's the rock and roller who is part of that rock and roll group, I assume.
Very exciting.
Isn't that exciting? Did you like the way I said Israel? I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. Rear
Earth is booked at an arena in Tel Aviv. Wow, that's super exciting, man.
Is it Rare Earth? What's their band's name? Is it Rear Earth? It's not Rear Earth.
I mean,
it's real. Look it up. Look it up.
I mean, he wrote Rear Earth.
I think that there's autocorrect.
And see, he did say add instead of add. I did have to compensate on that one.
He might be with his shirt off somewhere doing man work.
Yes, it is Rare
An
Earth.
arena.
It is Rare Earth. Sorry, trying to fill my tub.
We're doing the classic soak in the Rev. You know, he used to sit in the bathtub and drink a bunch of alcohol during our show, and then be wasted, and then our show would end, and he'd just be wasted then. That's a funny story.
It's exciting.
I'd be like, what you do? I mean, what are you doing, buddy? You getting too drunk. Rare Earth! Wish we could listen. We should listen to some of that Rare Earth, but we can't on the thing.
We get dinged.
But I think if we did our own, I don't know. I mean, I'm in a period of creative languish right now.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
I feel like I know certain things I should be doing or want to be doing, but I don't know that I got it in me to make anyone else do it or even attempt to try to put it together.
Yeah, it's.
I think it must be from not being able to get anything done with my head. Like, it's like, I can't get anything done with that, and that's so obvious. Why would I try to get anything else done when the thing that's so obvious that needs to be done can't get taken care of or not taken seriously or pushed aside like a freak show it is? It is. But with that said, I just think it's very strange because I definitely have great ideas and great things I want to do. One of them would be doing an extra show with you and me on the Discord where we could listen to Rare Earth with Rollo telling us things, facts about them, and then we present it like all the other YouTube channels do after the fact, where it's cut up and it's nice and segmented, and you don't go over the time limits, and you give all the credit to the original people. I think. I don't know how those guys do it where they watch YouTube for 24 hours and react to it for 24 hours. I don't understand how they do that because it seems like that's a Mr. Beast thing.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with it for sure. I mean, there are definitely, fair use exceptions to copyright laws.
Yeah. And that's the only reason. And then, I mean, I think that's why people love TikTok so much. They ain't got to mess with any of this legal mumbo jumbo that nobody want to mess with. Not even the artists. Look at me. I got my songs up there. I go up to put one of my videos, and it takes off the first half of the song and only leaves the part of the song that is uploaded to TikTok. And my mind exploded because I had just spent 3 hours getting that video together, and it put up, and then I reposted it the next day and did it again, and then it worked. But it's just like, it's insane. It's so frustrating and so difficult to have to deal with any kind of dings or misappropriation or trying to make a living. That's so far beyond it at this point. That's like, that'd be bonus someday. Because there's nothing we can do except just do us, be us, and have fun. I mean,
yeah, brother, I know.
I think I'm fishing around there because there's a lot of ideas and or emotions bubbling around. Like, I can't even post that video that I made from the last week's show where I announced I'm going to run for president, and I do the joke, how can you control 90 million vaginas? You can't. I've tried. Like, it's a funny joke. Even right now, I just laughed at it. It's a funny joke. But then I start going, is it TikTok funny, though? And then I start going, oh, boy. Because then you're starting to play the game of, am I going to get dinged, right? Am I going to get dinged? And then what's it all worth? And, I'm just doing this little thing that I'm doing. And yeah, I mean, yeah. Hey there, Kara. But yeah, even TikTok has its limitations, totally. And that's where I just got to. It's like, it's so, it changes the way you create. And that I dislike, because I definitely started to be on a roll there for a minute. Hopefully at the Majestic very soon. Well, ain't that great? Let us know.
That'd be fun.
You going to LA? Sean's in LA. Way.
Oh, right now I'm on Meltdown Island. Hello, Kara.
You're so sweet, Sean. You did not need to yell that at us. If you scroll down past the fact-checking BS, the Republican Committee for Mandatory Poo-Poo. I fell apart with the poo-poo, I'll be honest with you. Are still up on the Winnipeg Bio Lab story. If you scroll down past the fact-checking BS, the Rochester Centennial Morning Paper.
Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Oh, okay. That's probably it then. I like guessing games. I like to guess. I like it.
And you're so good at it.
thanks, buddy. Man, I think you're good at things too, Sean.
I know.
Okay, as long as you know. LA is the opposite of New York. I don't know if I can handle it.
It's a lot. It's a lot to handle, for sure.
I freaked out and decided I could not handle New York after going there for several months in a row, and then finally going over a bridge and looking at one apartment building and going, wow, that's so big. Wow, that's so wide. How many people live there? And then going, there's 100 more of those. And I was like, oh, that's too many people. Why are all these cars? Why can't we move? Why aren't we even moving on the bridge? This is insane. I'm thinking way too long about all this. And then I wrote that song, Places That We Go. Mm-hmm. Too many people. I'm having too many thoughts beyond myself. See, I was writing Opus. I was writing it during while I was writing Opus. We are hoping to be on the West Coast at some point this year, hopefully. Rollo, do you guys have an old-timey hit? Do you have a hit? What's the hit song? Because you guys should totally put it on TikTok. And you guys should totally pay to have it become a trending song. And then a whole bunch of people will show up at your show. They will make fun of you or yell bad things at you until they hear the 15 seconds that they've been waiting for. Apparently, this is what's happening. People are showing up at these concerts and waiting for that one moment where there's a 5-second, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 at the end of the song that they fade out on. And they're like, where is this bar? And I even listened to the song the other day. I'm like, why do I even have this song on my list? This does not sound familiar at all. And it gets to the end where it goes boom, 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 boom. Oh, oh, oh. And I'm like, oh shit, that's so good. Like, that's why I put it on here. And it's like they've got to start the song with that now. They got to put that song in the middle as a bridge and a chorus. Like, it's not, you're doing it wrong if it's just the end, because that is too good. But boy, oh boy, those people sure are mean. They sure are mean to the artists. Artists don't deserve that.
People are mean in general. I feel like they're
That's
mean.
What
they're
I said.
Retail workers. They're
this
goes
mean all the way back to the
food
beginning.
Workers.
It's just anyone who's not you. And name someone. Doesn't matter. Not you. Hey. And if you really search within the depths of yourself, you'll come to realize that I'm speaking the truth.
Oh, I know.
I know the irony that, oh, you're not supposed to tell people you're a yogi. But if I don't tell you I'm a yogi, then how will you ever know? Think about it.
Think about it.
Think about how you love.
Is it 6:20 already?
Yeah, guy. Guess what? Island time. It goes faster than you think. You would like the rest of New York, Dustin. Good food and some good people. LA isn't for everyone.
My only beef with New York is it still gets winters and it's still cold, and
you just like the summer, fall, springtime.
And I feel like it would be a tough place to live if you were poor. But then again, I guess I feel the same thing about LA as well. So just because everything's so expensive in those places.
He's a sugar baby. He is a sugar baby, you guys. They opened the Grammys with one of our songs. What?
So we're getting a lot of calls for bookings right now. That's exciting.
The Grammys that just happened.
Yeah, the Grammys, buddy.
Oh, Rare Earth. What was that song called? I gotta look it up for me and myself after the show, because I want to be down with Rollo's band when I go and see them at the Majestic. I want to be the only guy who is rocking so hard to Rare Earth.
Their Rare Earth's music straddles genres and defies categorization.
Get ready, 'cause here I come. All right. Rare Earth. My guy is a part of Rare Earth. Rare Earth on
probably
YouTube.
best known
They
for
got
its raucous covers of Get Ready and I Know I'm Losing You. Plus the original party starting anthem, I Just Want to Celebrate.
I just want to celebrate.
Celebrate.
I just want to celebrate tonight.
Oh, there he is. I just want to celebrate, he says. But I'm glad we figured it out ourselves first.
They have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Why aren't we doing Meltdown Island on Rare Earth's YouTube page? Rollo, go start YouTube on Rare Earth and come on and we'll do a show with you.
You just got to get them to do one of your songs at the start of the Grammys.
Oh, that's easy. Do you hear yourself, Sean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hear it, buddy.
Okay. All right. Well, he believes in me more than myself, I got to admit. Rare Earth, they call it. They do just like to celebrate. I like to celebrate. Yeah! You guys don't need no backup singers or dancers because Sean is trying to become a dancer, and I've thought about singing once in a while. I've been trying to talk to you about it on TikTok, but you never respond.
Dustin.
I want to ask you a couple of questions. That's easy. I can answer them right now, too. The thing is there's tricks to TikTok that I would love to share. I would love to. But videos just
so
don't do it.
So much wisdom that you have developed.
Well, let's take Sean McGettigan's page. I love him. And that's the only reason I would ever send him a message like, guy, we can make this so much better. I've even told Jamie, I'm like, if you want to post your old clips of your Disney shows, anything, send me the clip. I'll put it together as a TikTok, send it back to you. You post it. You don't have to do anything. That's how much I believe in you. Like you believe in me, I believe in Jamie. Though not myself for some reason. And go ahead.
You still got a little bit of a delay going again now, man. Did you talk to Verizon last week? What happened?
I talked to them today. And if I'm going to be honest, they put me on a insurance package for $25 a month that I did not want. But as I'm sitting there talking to the guy and he's already marking me down as a sale, I say to myself, right now he's inside of my 5G. I've authorized him full access to my network. Yeah, I'm going to take the package you're offering, guy. I don't want you to slip me a Mickey, as they used to call it. Well, I don't know if they ever called it that, but you know what I'm saying.
Put like some sort of bug into your system so that
I instantly got paranoid. Yep, it was like I was in Canada, all hopped up on cocaine, and I got paranoid. Oh, I've heard about the bear, cocaine bear. Cocaine bear, what you sniffing? Cocaine bear, you know the world's at your command.
I mean, a movie like that, it feels like they want to become some sort of niche cult classic.
Nope, Elizabeth Banks. They based it off a true story of a drug cartel dropping bricks of cocaine in America. A bear found one and OD'd on it. And she was like, well, wouldn't it be funny if it didn't OD? And it went on a rampage, and apparently it was funny because it's the #1 movie, and she directed it, and I think maybe even helped write the screenplay. And she was on the Conan Needs a Friend show podcast. And sure, it's funny to hear her explain it. And she's like, you did like it? Like, she's not trying to, it's going to be a cult classic. And sure, that's that could have been one of the selling things, right? Because who thinks of that kind of thing? Just like the revenge porn of Quentin Tarantino, or the Forbes 500.
Snakes on a plane.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. What we got here? Yeah, I just want to celebrate. Yeah. But where I am, you can live in PA and then get the benefits in New York. But we do have snow. Didn't you just have snow out there in LA? In LA, Sean?
To be fair, we did.
I accept your apology. You should check it out. It's really cool on the Grammys this year. Yeah, I mean, especially if it's I Just Want to Celebrate, that's huge. I know that song. What's this say?
We just did our first video shoot this Sunday.
Shut up.
Footage soon.
Shut your Rollo the Reverend of Roar mouth! How do you know these guys? How did they find you? You went to an open audition call? How come I never get called? Do you get to play saxophone too? I got so many questions for him. We're going to have him on. I wish we knew when he was taking a bath. Is that a Brian hat from Igor? No. This is headbands holding my head on. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that, Sean?
Yeah, I see it. I see it, buddy. I think maybe
that.
he meant brain hat. Maybe he meant brain hat.
I got this going on up here.
All right, that's enough. That's enough.
Well, I feel like I just wanted him to see, because some people haven't seen it.
Okay.
That might be true. I just upgraded our internet speeds, etc., and have been having more problems with it than ever. Yeah, I got that 5G network. I got that 5G up in here.
Well, there's very little competition in most internet markets, so they can basically do whatever the hell they want.
You talk about corporate greed and or monopolize?
Yes, I'm talking about corporate greed and consolidation and pillaging.
Come on, Shiba Inu. Am I right? You have to play sax and flute. Sorry, bud. What song do you play flute on? Because he does play flute. I just would like to know. I'd like to know I'd like to see. I'm going to have to see him when he comes to Majestic, because I got to see this. I got to see this rock band that he's in. I mean, dare I say, I love to see dreams come true, and not that this was ever a dream of his, but being a rock star playing classic rocks. I mean, that's something, guy. That's something everybody's been like, oh yeah. And especially, I just want to celebrate.
It's dream worthy for sure.
What are we talking about? This is going to be crazy. I can't wait for this. Well, I just want to celebrate. And they speed up. Well, I just want to celebrate. Yeah. Something like that. Brain in the jar, brain. Igor has is an animated cartoon. Did you know that?
I did not.
I didn't either. I know that there's a new movie coming out called Igor, where Nick Cage is going to be Dracula. And Igor is played by somebody else who's nice, I think. And everybody's like, hey, you're a great guy. I think Seth Rogen's in it. It might be a Seth Rogen project. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, hey, come on in. If you're his buddy, come on in. He's like, no. Oh, it's going to be good. Nick Cage. Did I tell you Nick Cage is the vampire?
Oh, you did not.
Nick Cage is the vampire.
Did you see that Nick Cage's unbearable weight of massive talent?
Yes. Yes, I saw that.
It was fun. That was a fun one.
I'll be honest with you. I watched that on Planet Ants movie night on Saturdays. When they show good movies, they're great movies. And then they would show all these B movies, and I'll be honest with you, I'm usually working on Meltdown Island that night. But I'm also like, what? But we watched that one, which is hilarious, and there's a meme going around where Nick Cage looks over at him like, and then he's like, the other guy's like that, and boy, oh boy, that is all over TikTok. It's almost every other video I see is some version of that. So funny. So funny. I sing, hey, big brother, what I'd say. Papa was a rolling stone. Well, wherever he laid his head was his home. When they died, all you left us all alone. Flute on Born to Wander. What'd I say?
And what about the sax?
Oh, I mean. Rare, we are rare earth, and we're here to tell you all about the earth and the weird things that are rare upon it. It's their theme song. Rollo's story sounds like Mark Wahlberg and Rockstar. It kind of is.
It does. It sounds like a movie. It's a movie.
He kind of just one day shows up and says, hey, I'm in rare earth now. And we're like, okay, Rollo. But apparently it's something, and he's doing good at it.
It's very exciting. They've
rehearsed for over a year, it feels like now. I'd love to come out and tell you guys about the journey. It's still unbelievable. You can come out to us. This is a safe zone here on the island. You can come out and tell us all of this. You can tell us about your journey. That's what the island is
here for.
It's for journeys. Journeying to, journeying around, journeying from, and around. I said around. Oh, come on our show. Either way, Rollo, we're here for you, and we'd love to hear it. I love the B movies. I haven't been at Planet Ant in a while. Nice. Saxon. Everything else. They're British. They're British group. Thank you, Sean. That was almost Mark Mikula worthy, huh?
That was almost Mark Mikula worthy.
Thank you for repeating my compliment to myself. Meltdown Island. Which comedians have influenced you?
George Carlin is the first one that I think of.
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern,
someone I think of.
Sure. Although, was he ever a comedian? Is he really a comedian? He's a radio personality. He's a
shock jock. But when you sit and listen to the show, all the bits are jokes that they've set around written. So he's I don't know. He's definitely a shock jock, but he interviewed who's the guy who did the Go to Where the Food Is? Sam Kinison. He was interviewing that guy while he was out going through it, and he was always on top of all the comedians, interviewed everybody, and he's become an interviewer. But I would also say Steve Martin.
Steve Martin for sure. Stephen Wright for me.
Robin Williams for me.
Yeah, that checks out.
I met Robin Williams when I was living at 7th Heaven, and he coming out the back door of the state where he was performing, or not the state, but the
Fox.
And I go, and I'm looking out my window at him. I go, this is my one chance to meet Popeye. This is it.
Popeye. Of all of his works, this is our chance to meet Popeye. That's great.
God.
Mork. I would have even gone with Mork.
Popeye for me. Well,
Wow.
I am what I am, what I am, what I am. And I run downstairs and he signs my paycheck. And that said, quit your job, Dustin. Do what you want. Haven't looked back.
Wow.
And then, of course, I'd have to say, who else? Oh, Andy Kaufman.
Oh, for sure.
And Pee-wee's Playhouse. When we did Dustin's After Show, it was Pee-wee's Playhouse meets Howard Stern meets Andy Kaufman, all wrapped up into one show. That's my favorite thing ever, is that show. God, I wish we could do more of those.
Bob Newhart for me, too.
Yeah, I feel like he's just boiled down into that time period, too.
Right.
But I remember him being hilarious. Beetlejuice! That's from Howard Stern and Michael Keaton.
I know.
I'm a doctor, too. I know. I definitely Judy Tenuta. She's great. Boy, you know who reminds me of Judy Tenuta is that new girl on SNL. She is the best. Oh, I love her so much.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen her? When she does the things with Colin on the news and everything is just like horrible for Colin.
Love him.
He won't let me eat.
Great bits.
Chapter 1 is something about hating the Jews. Chapter 1, he said. God, she's so funny.
She's so great.
And apparently she was doing some sort of like gross live show where it was like just messy and gross everywhere. Hook and Popeye are staples in childhood. Yep. Agreed. Yep. Leslie Nielsen. That's a deep cut there because he is such a smooth criminal as far as it comes to comedy that you don't even necessarily think of him as a comedian because he's so dry. It's like the Sahara Desert, that guy.
Yeah, the deadpan. To me, I would definitely say that Leslie Nielsen's deadpan style was pretty influential for me.
Oh, I would say for sure.
And Police Squad and Airplane.
The whole bit you do every
funny.
time we was at work when you'd say, someone would be like, all right, I finally get to get out of this office. Let me get out of here. And then you go to open the door and Sean would wait until you let go of the door and it was halfway closing and go, wait! And he knows it's true. And then you come back in and go, what, bud? Oh, I just want to say bye. All right, buddy.
I leaned on that bit for a long time.
Oh, for years.
have not done it in a while.
He's always been Mork to me. You'll always be a Mork to me. Especially since he was on that show with my cousin. Reverend Roar's revealing a lot on today's show. This is unbelievable. You gonna say Mindy's your cousin? Mindy's your cousin.
She was from the Michigan area.
Or who's the big guy? Who was that big guy?
She was from Michigan, from the Detroit area. What's that?
Who was that big guy who was on that? Love that guy.
Jonathan Winters.
God, Jonathan Winters.
Very influential.
What a legend
as well. Yeah.
John Candy.
Improv genius. Jonathan Winters was.
Man. I mean, Richard Pryor, there's no doubt, but it's also, that's on another level. Like, I guess I've never thought I could achieve something that's openly raw and honest as Richard Pryor. Because all them stories, Richard Pryor's a classic example of Topherism, where Topher was like, the more I'm honest on stage, the more people laugh at me. And I can't take that. And I'm like, what? I'm like, that's what's funny though. It's funny when you're honest because we all got our own lives, but when we see somebody's through their POV, it makes us go, "What? Life could be like that too?" And that makes us laugh. Pam Dauber, my mom, Pam Dauber's mom is my godmother. So that's Mindy.
Mm-hmm.
Mindy's mama is his godmother. So he could literally hook up with Pam Dauber, and it would be like sister and brother, but also not related.
I don't
know how things work either. I'm asking.
That's. I mean, with godmother, there's no actual blood relation, so he could probably hook up with Pam Dauber.
Hot. The only man who scared me just with voice and presence was Yul Brynner. I was only a kid. Anna and the King of Siam.
I had a
That's the
similar
thing he did.
reaction to Yul Brynner growing up, but it was from Westworld. From Westworld, because he was in the original Westworld movie, and that to me was terrifying. He was the robot that malfunctioned and started killing people.
Oh wow! So he's able to play a robot pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
For back in the day.
But I found Yul Brynner terrifying. Going there.
That's hilarious. And he's got such a funny name to be so terrifying. Hey Yul. Hey Yul, what's new, bud? What's new with Yul?
Hello, Fuyu Tiger.
Tiff. What up, Tiff? Tiff the Tiger. Follow her on Twitch.
Bum, 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 bum.
The Killer Robot. Oh my God, I forgot about that, and I'm re-traumatized. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that brings us to everyone's favorite part of the show, Roses and Thorns. I'd like to give a thorn. I wouldn't like to give a thorn, but I have to point out a thorn to Sean for re-traumatizing Rollo into being scared of a robot fantasy world called Westworld from the 1970s, 60s, Sean?
70s.
Which I don't know how you could be terrified of something back then, but I think we were kids then, and that's probably why.
The Exorcist, one of the most terrifying movies of all time.
If you say so.
How dare you?
Hi, everyone.
A thorn to DUSTiN for not acknowledging the iconic status of The Exorcist.
I'd like to apologize, and hopefully this can retract that thorn. No, I'd like to retract my statement, and I'd like to give acknowledgement to the icon status of the great movie,
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist. I don't know why I was on 21 Jump Street and then Nightmare on Elm Street. It wasn't great inside my head for a second. And all this trauma was brought about by Yul Brynner. Come on, Yul, get it together. Go ahead, Sean.
I give you a rose for acknowledging your mistake in not.
You don't have to retract anything.
I'm not retracting anything. I'm giving you a rose to the fact that you had the change. The thorn is still there.
Every rose has a thorn, dare I say.
There.
I do. DUSTiN hasn't seen The Exorcist. I feel thus why he didn't agree with Sean. I have seen The Exorcist, but much like I was saying about like all the other conspiracies and things out there, I try to not remember the things that scare the literal doo-doo out of me. And instead focus on love. Rose to you both for still being here. Thorn to me for not. No. You're here, buddy. You're here. You're here. We hear you. You're here.
You're here, buddy.
You're here right now.
You're here. You're here always. Always.
Don't get lost in the forest, but you'll find that heart right there. That's where you are. I'd like to give a rose to our wonderful Canadian affiliate program, Point Fire, for giving us breaking news today of things we didn't understand about some of the world and or Canadian law. In fact, did you know cocaine's legal there now?
It's not legal. It's decriminalized. It's a fine line. It's a fine line.
It's a fine line. Real thin, real thinned out line. It's fine and thinned out line of justice. See what I was doing there, Sean? I was trying to make it look like cocaine.
That's good bit.
Thank you, Sean. Woo!
All right. Okay. Easy.
Sorry, bud.
I'd like to give a rose to The Exorcist for bringing the backwards crab walk into the mainstream. I mean, horror movies use it all the time now, but let's not forget it started with The Exorcist. Linda Blair with the backwards crow. That was terrifying.
Yep.
Terrifying.
I'd like to give a rose to Marianne Dobbins. Marianne, I don't know what her last name is. She's running for president. Williamson. Marianne Williamson.
It was Pam Dobbins.
Well,
who was was Mindy.
She's hot.
Well, she was hot. I was into her.
But Marianne got me all fired up. And because of her voice. You know,
I had no idea that my good friend Rollo was my connection to Pam Dauber.
Wholly related. Wholly, in a holy way related to her.
That he could have hooked us up. Because I had the biggest crush on her growing up.
Speaking of the cocaine, listen to this, Sean. Trudeau's cocaine. Trudeau's cocaine. Trudeau's cocaine producer was licensed faster than it takes a Canadian to get a passport. And now that's what I call doing some cocaine. He didn't get to laugh at that one, you guys. Maybe he'll maybe if he reviews it back, he'll laugh.
I was distracted to see what Pam Dauber's relationship status was these days.
Yeah, because you don't have an.
She's been married to Mark Harmon for it's like since 1987.
Wow,
it's quite a power couple.
Mark Harmon. Yeah, he's number one. He's the first podcaster, really. I think. Rose for Pea Soup. Dina.
I don't support that.
We're thorn to you for not acknowledging one of our beautiful commenters. Beautiful comments. Married to Mark Harmon.
Married to Mark Harmon. That's what I said. Yep. We took advantage of the delay. We took advantage of the delay to do a quick Google.
Was it a delay? Because I'll be honest with you, there was a real good joke of mine that got slipped right by your cracks because you were looking things up.
Yeah. I was just curious.
Yeah. Could have waited just a minute, and he just said.
Yeah.
Could have really liked my joke. I don't remember what the joke is. I might be upset about it. I don't know.
I think it was something about the cocaine. It was something cocaine related.
You got me there, Sean. You got me there, buddy. Ron Williams was not invited to the wedding, but he still came out of the cake.
What? It's a funny bit.
I mean, I wonder what he was doing in the cake. Speaking of cocaine.
Did they not get along? Were they? Summer School was epic. Loved Summer School. Big fan.
Oh, that was that show that he did?
It was the movie that Mark Harmon did. With, what's her name from Cheers? Kirstie Alley.
You made it even more. That word made it worse. I don't know. Because I thought, didn't he do like a game show?
Mark Harmon?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He did kids game shows on Nickelodeon, I thought.
I don't think that's him.
Well, either way.
I'm going to check. Mark Harmon. Nickelodeon. All right. I
She hated Robin Williams? Wow.
I mean, I could see where as a personality he would probably be tough to take.
I mean, he would almost
Especially
be like
back then when there was a lot of coke.
And he would be almost like an alien to her. Get it? Like he's an alien to her.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Hey, they're not all winners.
No, it's all shots on goal, buddy. It's all shots
Oh,
on
that's Mark Summers. Thank you, Dina. It's Mark Summers is who I'm thinking of.
Okay, thank you, because I was just thank you very much. Rose to you for having the obscure movie references.
Looky there. Rose to Sean, who always gets my obscure movie references!
Stop yelling.
Hey, you're talking to the camera, not me, buddy. All I can do is read what I see. Dustin, you're thinking of Mark Summers.
Kara just came in with that as well.
Yep.
See, there it is. That's confirmed. The coked up version. Yeah, I bet he was real tough to take back then as a person.
They made up
later because he became much more mellow. I mean, he started doing all those dramas. He was
Good Will Hunting.
Obviously, working his way through some.
He was in that one about Dad.
Well. Mm-hmm. So. Summers, not Summers.
He had some sort of brain thing that was making him not funny anymore.
Yeah.
So he said, screw this. Ain't that crazy?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know how it went down. But
well, I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just really excited. That's cool. I read with excitement. I forgave you before. I knew immediately that's what you were talking about. Dustin was the one that was being loud in his reading of it. It was balmy,
I just
20
feel
degrees. And snowing up Robin's nose.
I don't like cocaine, but I sure do like the way it smells.
I wonder if since he was in Canada delusion, if 20 degrees is Celsius.
Of course it is. Of course. Which is a good 75 degrees here, I think.
All right. Let's see what you think. 68. Not a bad guess, buddy. Not a bad guess.
Thank you, Sean. It's crazy to me that the whole world does meters and Celsius, and we do Fahrenheit and centimeters.
Inches.
Not even in a meter of family. What's the matter?
Yeah.
What's the matter, Sean? What's the matter with us?
Lazy. We're lazy.
I think so. Because you know what? Puerto Rico would be a state. Washington, D.C. would be a state. But we're just too lazy to redesign a flag. Oh, we got to have more than 50 stars. How would we do that? First of all, you'd stop doing colonialism. That'd be number one. Go ahead. What was you about to yell about?
I was just going to say, to be fair, Puerto Ricans have not yet voted in favor of becoming a state either. So.
Well, to be fair, our president did throw toilet paper and paper towels at them. So
yep.
They'll accept a hand that goes like this, but won't go on when it goes like this. Come on.
I don't know.
They would. We just ain't putting our hand out. Just shake hands.
I think you're missing the point. I
think so. Probably. But I also have my own points.
Yeah. Comedy.
Well, and or pointing out the absurdity that is reality.
Which is comedy.
What dreams may come. That's the one.
Gut wrenching.
Yep. And also
He had some
visually delightful.
Visually stunning, yes.
Stunning. Don't snort the yellow snow, 'cause that is fentanyl. snorting. It seems safer than eating it. No, just say no to yellow snow. In any form, just say no. What do you think they come up with those sayings for? Because they rhyme with say no to yellow snow. Puerto Rico doesn't want to be a state. They have more benefits as a territory.
Mm-hmm. Trivia
Okay,
for DUSTiN.
trivia for DUSTiN. Oh, go on. Oh, I got a hit button. Well, Sean, I think we've come to that part of the show where we say, well.
Yeah, well, said it all, did it all. Sean knows it.
I think we've pointed out all of the. Yep, Sean knows it. We pointed out all of the.
Here comes. No, I know the trivia that he's about to give to you. So before the wind down, know that Rollo's about to give you a trivia question. What was Mork and Mindy a spin-off of?
How did you know this? How did you know he was going to ask me this?
Because I was alive when it happened.
Happy Days.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding.
Thank you for streaming.
Thank you for watching Point Fire.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Rose to everyone for being here and spending
hanging out
a couple of hours on the island, getting caught up.
Melting down with us a little bit, getting that melt on.
Get your melt on.
Get your melt on.
And let's face it, corporations are not people, so let's stop the insanity.
Ding!
Yes, ding.
Hey, big government, get out of the vaginas and the collective vagina inner monologue of the United States. Ain't nobody wants you to wear rubber around us. Ain't nobody wants you to put your fingers or your telescopes or anything around any of our vaginas. Oh, we don't want big government. We don't want big government around our vaginas.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, DUSTiN, for saying what everyone was thinking. That's why everyone hopes that you get rich on YouTube. Or in Shiba Inu.
Oh, that's sweet the way you tried to say it. I definitely would like to say, don't forget the military-industrial complex, which Dwight D. Eisenhower told us, beware of the military-industrial complex when he was leaving as president. Everybody's president's got one big thing they try to tell everybody. And that was his big thing. Hey, y'all, be careful because these guys is crazy over here. And now what? They lost $7 trillion. And yet America can't afford health care for its own citizens. And they call me crazy. Why
US all.
USA too. Us all. Us all. Real friends don't let other friends trust the government. As much as sometimes we want to. Love you both to pieces. Gracias.
Love you back, kid.
Hey, can I get this?
Word
up. Word up.
Word. All right. Well, there it is.
You do think the USA 2 is a good platform, though, I got going on. You think I should maybe start a TikTok where I'm just running for president on it only?
Well, let's see what Marianne Williamson does. Rose to her.
I don't want to take any of her thunder, you think? Or is it better to bring new ideas in?
Spirit of Bernie.
Yeah, she definitely sparked the spirit. And she feels it. You could tell that video I showed, I was driving at the time, so I didn't necessarily watch it. You know, sometimes you just have it on video and you're driving and you're just listening to it. And I listened to that speech, that little blurb of a speech, probably 10 times. And by the 10th time, you can hear where she gets a little bit guttural and her voice cracks a little bit and gets a little bit like, ah! And I'm like, I just felt it. I was like, oh my God. Holy shit balls, she is ready for it. She's ready for this. This could be a battle that she is ready for.
All right, then.
Bring on Meatball Ron. They call him Meatball. Or Tiny D is the new one. Tiny D or Meatball. Either way, don't vote for that guy.
We'll see everyone next week.
Welp.
Pose it.
It's so stupid.